Welcome back to another Minetest modding tutorial, and today we are going to be looking at how to create biomes. This comes at request of a fan on Discord. Don't actually remember what their name was, and I probably would completely butcher the enunciation even if I did remember the name. So let's dive into things. This is just some default stuff just to give some beginning content. So we'll go ahead and hop on over into the code. Let's go ahead and make this, that's probably a little too big, make it a little bigger. So we're going to start with minetest.register_biome, and then we have to provide the data that we want to use in the registration. So we're going to start with a name, and this name is not forward facing, so you don't really see it anywhere, but it is useful for internal stuff, and I believe it is required. So yeah. And then we're going to need node top, and this will do what do I want to use for the top? Well, let's use default wood. So this is going to be the node that's placed on the top of the ground. We'll go ahead and do this right away. Depth top, so that's just how many nodes deep the top node is. So in this case, we're going to say we want there to be 6 nodes deep of wood. Moving along, node filler. This is going to be the content that is underneath the default wood. So this I will do, what do we want to put underneath that? How about default? I'm trying to think what would be something that I know. Coal block, I believe. So we'll have theoretically 6 layers of wood and then coal block. And then of course we also have the depth of the filler. So we're going to say we want 15 nodes of that, and then it will just go to the stone underneath unless we change this. So if you do want the underneath to just be normal default stone, you can leave this alone. But if you don't want to use default stone as the stone underneath, if you were doing, I don't know, a desert or something where you have desert stone, you would put that in here. We're just going to make the under default. I don't know. I mean, it really doesn't matter. We'll just do sand just so we can see this. So that's pretty much our biome definition as far as what nodes. Top node is going to be default wood for 6 nodes. Then underneath that, we'll have default coal block for 15 nodes. And then underneath that, we will have default sand. So there's also things with water, which we'll come back to in a little bit. And there's some cave stuff that we'll get to. We are going to now look at the Y max. So this will be how high the biome can possibly exist. Now, I'm just going to say 130,000 is the highest this biome should exist. And the Y minimum says the lowest the biome should exist. We're going to say 20,000. Or 2,000 rather. That would be 2,000. Now you can also do Z. You can do X, Y, Z coordinates, which will make a biome only available to generate in cuboid portions, but that's a little beyond the scope of this. We have vertical blend. Let's go ahead and do some vertical blend. So vertical blend is going to be as the biomes stack on top of each other vertically, how much blend should there be between the two biomes. So we're going to give this 10. And I'm trying to think. The last things we're going to need are the heat point, which we'll just I go with 5. I don't know. and humidity point. And we'll put that at, say, 50. I don't know. It might take a while to find the biome, but I believe that's everything we should need to create a functioning biome. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and save this. I don't know where. Oh, that's where. After what seems like ages, I finally found this biome. I did change the heat and humidity points because I couldn't find it at all. So yeah, here we are. We have, let me turn that off. So we've got some wood here on the top layers. As we go down, I think I accidentally, well, not accidentally, but I granted myself creative when I granted myself everything. You know, it doesn't matter. I'll leave it on. Yeah, I flew around for a long time trying to find this. So finally, here we are. We have a beautiful biome of wood. And if you go down the 6 nodes, you should hit coal. And actually, we should test this out. So underneath the coal is sand. Yes, 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 yes. Let me actually just do this. Oh, because that should allow daylight to get down into here. Ah, there we go. So we have sand. Super duper. Now the vertical blend. So here, as we transition between the 2 different biomes, you can see how there's kind of a, you know, a splattering and mixing together. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to exit. I'm going to come back in here, and I'm just going to comment out this line, so there'll be no vertical blend. So all I changed was the heat point. I changed to 20, humidity point was 70, and turns out cold block doesn't have an underscore in it, so I made that change as well. And now what I'm going to do is a great testing thing, which is, oh, you know what? I think I deleted the wrong file. Oops. All right, there we go. So normally what I'll do when I have done this, well, it looks the same. That's interesting. Is I will take the world that I'm playing in, and I'll delete the map file, and that way everything has to be regenerated, and you get to see what your changes were. And I'm wondering, oh, look at this beautiful design. I'm wondering if maybe the neighboring biomes here have some blend in them, and that's what's affecting this. So what we're going to do is we'll do a method that I know, foolproof way to check. Right now our altitude is 17, so we are going to go ahead and change our Y max value to 16. And this will pretty much say anything above 16 nodes high, this biome can't exist in. We have vertical blend still turned off. We will go ahead and launch back in. Scratch that. I will delete the map file and then relaunch. And here we will see that anything above 16 nodes above sea level has changed to which biome it is. And if I go ahead and fly up, we can see lower points here. And notice that at the 16th node, it is a straight cutoff going to the next biome, pretty much everywhere. So now I'm going to go ahead and re-enable vertical blend, delete the world file again, and we will take a look and see. All right, we see already we have a bit of a gradient going there. Oh, quite a bit more going over here where there was none before. So it basically will take 10 nodes. So theoretically 26 is now our highest point permissible. We're at 24.5 there. So that seems to hold up. Here we have something at 25.5, 26, so that would be our highest point, so that is our vertical blend. So it kind of eases the transition between two different biomes, because you might want that. Something else you might want is this. So we have, this is just called default snow, so that makes that pretty easy. So what you can do, you can add a dust. It's called the node dust. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in order that they would appear. So node dust is going to be default snow. I do need a comma there. And I need to delete the map file again. All right, so now it'll regenerate in. We will have our node dust. So yeah, basically you get a dusting that just covers the entire biome. So in the case of the snow here, it falls up onto the trees. I know this is another biome, but it's the same thing. It falls and lands on the leaves instead of on the ground here. I don't know how high vertically it checks for that, but you can see the ground is now covered with a beautiful layer of fresh, clean, pristine snow that has not yet been tarnished by the excretions of animals. And we'll leave it at that. All right, so there's obviously more things we can change as well. Changing your heat points and humidity points are going to change where the biome is located in the world. That's based off of a Voronoi diagram, I believe it is. And if you are if you're making your own game and you're registering all your own biomes, you can use like a Voronoi diagram generator to see what your biome distribution will be. If you're just adding one, you'd have to pull in all the heat and humidity points from all the other biomes I've registered from any other mods to really know what your overall distribution is going to look like. If the biome has water, which this specific one doesn't, you can classify what your water is, which would be node_water, river water, river beds, depth of river beds. We don't have any of that in this biome. You can also do the nodes that should be used in dungeons. So that would be normally default mossy cobble, I believe it is. But you could use anything you want, of course. And then to register another biome, we're just going to do the same thing. And here we're just going to give it a different name, of course, of test 2 biome. Again, that doesn't really matter too much. We're going to do a node dust. And in this one, we're going to dust with, we're going to dust with default gold block, assuming that there's not an underscore in there, which I don't know. And then we're going to do node top equals default diamond block. I'm hoping that there's not underscores in these. If there are, well, we won't have anything. Depth top is going to be 1, and then we're going to do node filler equals, and this will be default gold block, diamond block, I guess Mies block, because why not? And then we're going to have depth filler set to 1 as well. And then node stone equals default lava source. I think that one does have an underscore in it. Our Y max, that should be an underscore, is going to be, we'll say 100. Our Y min will be -100. No, we don't want any vertical blend on this one. Our heat point, I'm going to keep it very close because I'm hoping that I can find it relatively easily. And then our humidity point we'll put at 71. And I forgot a comma. Winter to the rescue. All right, so we have this lovely new biome. Let's go ahead and see if Nice, nice, nice. All right, so, yeah, kind of should have maybe thought that through a little more. Yeah, see, my thought was kind of more along the lines of, where's my diamond anyway? Diamond is, evidently needs a, no wait, here's some diamond is. Oh, of course, because the dust is gold. So there should be diamond underneath every gold. Of course. And then we have all of our gold. I mean our diamond. Where's my filler node? Did I do something wrong there? Node dust is gold. Node top is diamond block. Node filler. Okay. Well, let's try this. It's always possible. Give me default Mies block. Yeah, so I'm guessing Mies block has an underscore in it. It does. Okay. Well, no problemo. We will add in an underscore there, save that, delete the map file again, launch the world back up, and see if it works. Gold, diamond. The Mies block still's not here. Well, it's on some of this. On some points. Interesting. Why is it not everywhere? Where's my Mies blocks at? I don't know why you would ever want to do this, but as a demonstration, it's pretty good visuals. Oh, and you can see the dusting aspect of it. The gold landed on the leaves of the trees there. If we run out over here, this looks quite amazing. You would probably never want to do this. See, here it worked. I don't know why it didn't work over there. We have Mies, we have diamond, we have gold. Mies, diamond, gold, etc., etc., etc. I mean, it's an example. So I do have some water here, and we do have a riverbed. So potentially, okay, yeah. And that's exposed lava turning to obsidian. Very nice, very nice. I should get out of the water. So, yeah, we have the diamond here underwater, right? Well, what if we want to change that? Maybe we want things underwater to not be diamond. So we can do that by changing, what is it, riverbed? Or is it, looks like riverbed? No, it says node place under river. Well, what's the, I do not see it. I have node water top. Okay. Well, we can change the node of the water node instead. So we'll go ahead and do that. Node water equals default gravel. So theoretically now, I should have a bunch of gravel in the water? Well, I thought the water itself was supposed to be gravel. Oh, but you know, I think it is, because this all would have been... Yeah, that's right. So this would have been water, but because the water was placed as gravel, then the gold could put a dust on top of it because now it's a solid surface. So super duper. This is the most amazing biome ever. I would love to travel to this biome and reap immeasurable riches. I mean, of course, there's a slight chance that, you know, it could die from the lava, but pretty slight chance. I think I'll take my chances. Here you can see how making the water places gravel, again, we get all the gold up top of it. You could use this to do icebergs, or what do they call the icebergs when they're still attached? Glaciers, when they're still attached to the land. And then if you want to put stuff on top of this, such as plants or trees, that was kind of redundant, trees are plants. But if you want to put any kind of decorations on top of this, you do that with decorations, conveniently called, instead of with the biomes. And I believe I have a video on that already, So if you are interested in that topic, look back through the catalog and it should exist there someplace. This has probably gone on more than long enough, though. The information contained in the Lua API is super helpful as far as all of your different options for biomes. So I will link to that section in the API. Future viewers, the line may have changed, so you may have to scroll around a little bit. But if you just do a quick search on the page for biome definition, it should bring you right to the section you are interested in. Hopefully this helps you out, individual who asked me on Discord to make a video, and hopefully it was, useful for everybody else as well, obviously. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for another video, and I will see you then.